Okay, so I said I would show you parts of my quest that I'm working on for my classes, for my kids, and for chemistry. And the title of the quest is The Search for the Atomic Fairy. I am a huge Jim Henson fan, so I so this is dedicated to Dark Crystal. And anything that's related to it. Let me just show you what I have so far. So again, like I said, when we were making how to make it, you always start with an introduction piece, and this is what the teacher and the student will see. How to proceed. This is the introduction piece. If you want to add um, experience points and goal points, you can. That's welcome to. You can click on it and change it from there, like so. They give you the overview and then the story. I just started off with the objective right now because I like to write things down on paper. So students will explore the concept of balancing equations. That is the objective. So once they, click off of the instruction piece, they have to click on their, let me go back to the map. They go to Trapped in the Dark Crystal, and as you can see, you see these three tabs right here where it says like you have the little icons of the people, the checks, and then the X. So the people means how many people are in the classroom. The checks represent how many people completed the tasks or activity, and the X is the people who didn't complete this activity or just didn't, choose this path. So you're going to click on it. They will only see the story, the task, and the discussion tab. The overview from now on is closed to them. But this is what the teacher will see, how to proceed and stuff like that. They'll also, this is where your monitoring system comes from. You'll see that a list of all the kids who are eligible and also who are working on it and who are finished. So there's going to be 3 columns. So imagine this with me right now. So this is my story. So I say, oh no, where's the door? Complete the task and leave this hard place. So the kids would watch this video on the, I, I'm sorry, I really love Jim Henson. I, he was such an inspiration to me. But anyway, um, so, so the kids will watch this. They would get a feel of, basically why, they would get a feel of what this place is like, and it gives them kind of a setting. And then you click on task, and then they get the task of tell me what do you know. They have to make a KWL chart on what they know about atoms, molecules, and compounds. So K is obviously what you know, W is what you want to know, and L is what you learned. So obviously they would have to fill these 2 out. And then once they finish watching this video, they can fill this one out as well. And there would be a section below under this video to, like I was talking about, just like Google Docs is, it just has a little word processor, where they can build the table like I showed them here, the model, and or they can copy and paste it and put it in that assignment area, and then they can fill it out there, and then I can check it. Afterwards, once they fill it out, they have to move on to class discussion. Write 1 question about a concept that confused you. In the video, Minecraft explains atoms, molecules, elements, and compounds to be answered by verbal learner or oral learner. Can't talk. Oral learner. Okay, so since all 3 learners are getting 3 different paths, they are learning the same material. But they're just, the methods of what the way they are learning are just different. So maybe the visual learner, when they watch this video, Minecraft Explains, which is a really good video. It uses Minecraft to explain the structure of an atom, molecule, element, and so on. They can raise a question to the verbal learners who have the article from Lumi that also talks about the same thing, or they can raise a question to the oral learners who have a song to listen to that talks about the structure of an atom. And maybe one of them can cross-reference in a discussion tab about and help them out to answer. It's just to get the thoughts flowing. So I give them the parameters of what questions they cannot give and what questions they should be asking. So it really helps with the critical thinking. They can't just say, are atoms and molecules the same? Those are not the type of questions that would bring confusion. So, so the question cannot be a yes or no question or one word or sentence. Giving one word or sentence response. See, now I noticed something in there, so I need to change that. Great thing about this is you can edit very readily throughout here. So, and I also noticed this. All right. Okay. All right. The question cannot be a yes or no question or a one-word sentence response. The question must ask why. And I also can bold things. And the student must explain their reasoning with evidence they gathered from their respected paths in the quest. Now, I think that's really important. So I'm going to bold that too. Okay. The same way that I inserted a link for my verbal learners, the same way I did it for YouTube. So I clicked on the insert video. They ask you for the embedded code or link. You put it in there and then, they upload it. Really simple. Then I click save and then there it is. The discussion forum is open for everyone. Whoever picks the tab or not, so it's really good. They can also add their question from another document and put it in here for people to read. They can do more, which again is that word processor, so they can say like, they can type up a discussion question of, I didn't understand. Type fast for myself. I didn't understand the concept of electron cloud. What are some others' thoughts on that? And then they press send, and then they see your name, second, how many times it was there, and then they can click on reply. I can also be involved in this, but they won't be able to. The only person that can edit or delete is the person who posted it. But if you want to reply, you click on reply, obviously, and you go from there. And that's the discussion, and everybody, and it's a live feed, so you see what's going on. So once the kids complete that, they move on to the next tab. I just want to show this through in the map phase. They click on this, the escape the purple maze, excuse me. I'm just going to go straight to the task. So I imported this from my Google Classroom. I already made the assignment in Google Classroom. I thought it would just be a little more engaging and fun if the kids could see it, not just on that stream that is on Google Classroom, but in the Quest form. So the kids have to, spatial or visual kids have to practice building their own atom. So based off of their observations of working on the PhET interaction solution, they have to click on atom and they have to build their own atom. And notice how when I tried to put the neutron in the electron cloud, the neutrons would either go to the center or they would go back to the bucket. So the kids can play around with this, and they can look at the different atoms that are forming as they're building the electrons. So I can add an electron, and they'll probably wonder why, like, well, I put the electron in the electron cloud in the second one. Why is it going here? What's a neutral atom? What's that? You know, it's meant to ask questions. And another thing down here, which is the main focus that I want to focus on, is stable and unstable. So it shows them what the element is, neutral ion, and then it also shows them stable. So if they click on it to check if it's stable, this is what happens. It's unstable. Why is it unstable? I don't know. Figure it out. So they click on it and they test it. And they go through it and they trial and error. And then once they do that, I'm going to close out. They have to answer these critical thinking questions. What do you think makes an atom stable and why? Explain why do you think the proton and electrons are positioned this way in the atom? What is the purpose of a neutron? How did you develop this theory? So I love using Quest because it helps the kids with their pacing. They can go back. I'm not rushing them. Nobody is rushing them. It's completely individualized. And on top of that, I can really ask some really critical thinking questions where the kids are just like saying, they can't just say, the answer is blue. No, no. so, so it really gives them that time of just saying, like, they have to go back and forth and really exploring the concept. And if they get caught up again, they can go back to the discussion and they can talk to the people in their discussion forum and ask them like what they think, and they'll be shooting back and forth ideas. So there's collaboration, critical thinking, and communication going all at once. And also another feature I can show you real quick. Can I show it from here? No, guess not. All right, well, I cannot oh yes I can. Oh, messaging. So I can message the kids can message me. So if they get caught up on any technical difficulties, one kid is loving Classcraft. He loves that Pumpkinhead. Anyway, and I can talk to parents as well. But the kids can text me once they initiated their Acts 3 before me. They can go back and they can ask me for technical or running into issues. Okay? All right. So thanks for checking out Quest, and I hope you are willing to expand your horizons of critical thinking and collaboration through this helpful tool. Thank you. Bye-bye.